is one of the most popular and best-selling games of all time, and as many know, this is a part of a series called Elder Scrolls. But where did Elder Scrolls come from? Today, we're going to journey through Tamriel as I teach you the history of Elder Scrolls. Now, with Skyrim being the 5th game in the Elder Scrolls series, we have to go back quite a ways to see where this all started. It was the early 90s when the first concepts of Elder Scrolls were born, which this first game would later be called Arena. Now, the idea for Arena was that you would be this gladiator who would travel through the entire continent of Tamriel. Not just a section of it, the entire continent, as you would conquer all of these arenas, eventually becoming the champion of Tamriel. Traveling between these arenas, the developers wanted to add a little bit of side content to give the player something more to do in the world than just walk from Colosseum to Colosseum. But as development went on, they started to like the side content so much more than just the general story of conquering these Colosseums that they eventually just cut out all of the Colosseums. The funny thing is by the time they wanted to drop the concept of the arena and the Colosseums, it was too late to change the title of the game, as the game was already starting to print. So that's why it's still called Arena. It was in 1994 that Elder Scrolls Arena would release, and it sold pretty well with good critical success, but mainly due to word of mouth selling the game. Now, after the success of Arena Elder Scrolls, Bethesda quickly got on to developing the next game, which would then be called Daggerfall. In Daggerfall, they wanted to update and get rid of the cliche storylines they put in Arena and give you more complex stories with multiple resolutions. They also wanted to go through and change the entire way the experience system was worked and make it more RPG related than just grinding for XP. The size of Daggerfall was insane. It was approximately the size of Great Britain with 15,000 cities and 750,000 NPCs. Daggerfall would release in 1996, 2 years after Arena, and also sold pretty dang well. From here, Bethesda wanted to make their biggest game yet in the Elder Scrolls series, and this would later be known as Morrowind.